So, as you can see on the screen, this is the situation in regards to the Nigel Spotlight today. If you haven't seen it, Helga was spotted as a background character, and I'm gonna just say this: I've been playing this game since it first came out. I love playing as all the characters. I'm gonna say this too: I want everybody to make it up in a roster. I want everybody in this game to make it up in a roster, and then I thought the developers can build up and expand on what you have. Why on earth would you cut characters when you can build upon what you have? But for me, as someone who enjoyed playing Helga, if she really is gonna be cut from the game from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, I can always go back to the first game and play it all over again to relive the memories. Seen it happen for Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. So I'm not really surprised to see some of these characters getting changed. Now, the one thing I want to bring to the table tonight is share some of my predictions. What kind of role will Helga play in the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 game if she is a background character? Is that going to be the main purpose for that particular stage that was shown today, or will she have a different role? Maybe she has something to do with the mini games. I don't see nobody really talking about the mini games enough. Maybe Helga could be playable as in the mini games, but that probably won't be good enough to some people. Of course, I like playing as her. She's one of my favorite characters. I'll name some of my favorites for tonight. I love playing as Helga, Shredder, Cora, who I think is underrated because I like the new changes that they made for the final patch. Lincoln Loud, Nigel Thornberry, and I also like playing as Patrick Star, and in a mix, also liked playing as Rocco and Hugh Neutron. Those are some of my favorites that I like picking up the most, and in a mix of SpongeBob. Leonardo Marquis sometimes. But when it comes to this whole situation, for Helga being a background character, it makes me think of Rocco. Now, let's just go ahead and pick her.
Helga.
Just for the fun of it. Doesn't matter what level it is.
Rocco, select your arena.
Now, the other point that I seen some of y'all was talking about earlier, and some of you guys here in the community told me this, I didn't know this. So Rocco's stage, for example, if you see that, just take a look at the TV, just slightly to the right when you're in the kitchen. Spunky is a background character that can be spotted in the background, yet Spunky is part of Rocco's moveset. So that's why I think it probably could still be a chance that Helga could probably still be playable. In regards to the same thing can be said for Mr. Krabs, maybe, but I don't know what they're gonna do. But I just wanted to talk about it tonight. If you have not seen it, she is spotted as a background character like Mr. Krabs is on the Fry Cook game stage. It seems to be the aquarium stage from the looks of it from today's spotlight. Now, I like the new characters that they pick. I'm not sure what goes into making these kind of decisions when it comes to the characters, but I'm still going to play the game. I'm still going to enjoy the game for what it is. I'm playing every character. I want to try out the newcomers. Gertie and Gerald, that seems to be our Hey Arnold reps. Arnold deserves to be in the game, of course, but we don't know who else is going to be able to make it into the game. We still have a lot of missing characters in this game. Lincoln Loud is missing. We don't know where he is. Cat Dog's missing. Powder Toastman is missing. Sandy Toff, Leonardo and Michelangelo, Ablina, and Hugh Neutron. But I already heard some things about him. But I'm not going to believe it until I see it. See, in regards to the situation with Helga, we got to see her in the background. So maybe she's going to be cut. Maybe she's going to have a different role. But something else I want to just mention real quick before I close this out. Maybe she could have some kind of a different role in the game. Just like I mentioned with mini games, and some of these other characters that's missing might have something to do with the story. They might have something to do with the story or the campaign itself, whatever you want to call it. And what's going to happen to Shredder? And I'm just throw this out there. If Shredder is probably one of those characters too, he could be fit for a boss. See what I'm saying? So I think that Shredder could be a boss if he's not playable. So that way he's still part of the game, even though he's not a playable, he has a different role. And I've seen it happen with Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 with some of these characters like Tommy and Angelica and so on and so forth. I can keep on going. Those characters got changed and had different roles. And then characters like Shredder became a crew member instead of a playable racer, for example. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had a discussion when it comes to Helga and giving her a different purpose and having Gertie and Gerald get into the game. I'm not going to sit up here and go after those characters because we haven't seen how they play. Gertie might be pretty good. See how they got Hugh Neutron? She might be just as fun to play as Hugh Neutron and many other characters. So I want to give everybody a shot and give everybody a chance before shutting them down. You know what I mean? So that's why I just wanted to talk about it tonight. We don't know what's going to happen with in regards to Helga. Didn't want to see her go, but I guess we're going to have to see who else is going to have a different role and what goes on for the rest of the missing characters for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl too. Let me know what y'all think. But I just still want to, I'm still going to get the game and enjoy it for what it is. I wanted the game to be real since they weren't going to add more updates for this. So we'll just have to wait and see what they do and who else is probably going to have changes in regards to the roster.